You know, what's the difference between Cinderella 2 and the Loki television show, to be honest? Greetings, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Heroes Peak podcast. It is March 16th, and a little warning.
Avoid the following combinations: deodorants with baby powder, hairspray, and lipstick.
Just so everybody knows, we're in the middle of a pandemic, whatever. I am here, your host, Chris, and I'm joined today by my friends, as always. We're going to start with Mike. How you doing, Mike?
I am okay, hanging in there. No infection so far.
Oh, that's good to hear. Good to hear. James, how are you doing, James?
Staying safe. Was that clip from the Joker, Batman?
Yes, that was Batman 89. And Keith, how you doing, Keith?
Infection-free, that's me.
All right. So we are here. Some of you are stuck at home. I still have to go to work. Thank you very much. We are here because of a global pandemic, COVID-19. CDC.org, or no, CDC.gov. Don't go to .org. And wash your hands. That's what we're here to say. Other than that, social distancing, people. That's why we're doing podcasts. It's good for social distancing.
And stop buying all the toilet paper, please.
Oh wait, I've got one for that.
Things looked bleak for Joe, but they were even worse for mankind. As Joe and Rita lay dormant, the years passed, and mankind became stupider at a frightening rate.
Yes. No reason to hoard anything. Get enough for yourself, and make sure you take care of the people around you. Other than that, I know it's not always the most popular thing for geek podcasts to bring politics into anything, but
What?
the world has invaded our geek lives this year because
I can't watch Bond. I can't watch F9. Yeah.
the virus has destroyed the entertainment industry, and that's what we're going to kind of talk about today. It has taken its toll on movies and movie theaters, and the only thing we're getting out of it is early releases of Rise of Skywalker and Frozen 2 on Disney+. Right. Well, I like Frozen 2. Outside of that, but I need more. I was kind of excited for the new Black Widow.
Hey, did anyone else brave the movie theaters like I did this weekend? Was I the only one?
No,
Not this
No,
weekend.
I was thinking about it, but I declined.
Yeah, that was a fleeting thought.
Yeah.
Keith,
Yeah.
I know you declined, Keith. You told me personally you didn't want to join, but not too bad. It wasn't like, I Am Legend or anything like that.
Did you bring the dog?
I went 2 weekends ago, and we were thinking about last weekend, and last weekend is when, no, this past weekend is when the news in our area popped that we had 2 local cases, so we didn't do anything. But the weekend before that, I went to go see Onward, and
Yeah, you said that was pretty good, right?
yeah, it was good. It was right up there with the normal expected Pixar level of entertainment. It was fun, and it made you emotionally vulnerable. It's not like it's their top of the line, but Pixar has like a floor, and it's probably somewhere around the middle for me. I think I put it around Bug's Life, and
that's kind of low.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. That
Wait,
is
wait,
kinda
wait,
low.
wait. It depends what you think of Bug's Life.
I
Bugs
actually
Life is really
enjoyed
good.
Bug's Life.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
No,
But
it kind of goes Incredibles and then Wall-E for me from top to bottom, and then
Yep.
What?
Toy
I
Story.
didn't say it was the best, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Bottom tier for me.
Oh, okay. Well, that's more middle tier for me. I don't know if there is a bottom tier. Maybe the Cars 2 and 3 kind of thing.
Oh
But I
yeah,
guess
yeah.
for me, top tier is Monsters Inc. #1,
Mm,
and probably Inside Out.
Mm.
mm.
We can debate
You
the one
guys,
and two, but I agree with those two.
yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
think we're gonna
I don't
have
know
to
why
have a deep dive
a
on this
Pixar.
topic another day. Yeah, because I'm not really agreeing with you on this stuff here.
But bottom line
Like I
is, I think it sounds like Onward was a better movie than the one I saw when I braved the pathogen elements to see blood
Oh,
work.
what'd you see?
Blood work.
Oh,
The
you didn't
Blood
Vin
like
Diesel
it?
Work.
movie.
Oh,
It wasn't
oh,
good.
It was C minus, maybe C, solid C.
Really?
That
Wow.
worse than Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, I think Hobbs and Shaw was better.
what you mean worse
Hobbs and
than
Shaw.
Hobbs and
Interesting.
Shaw? Hobbs and
Yeah,
Shaw is average.
I think this movie fell into the stereotypical Vin Diesel role to the point. Even in one scene, he was rocking a white tank top
Oh
Yeah.
and he
no.
was walking towards like a Mustang, and I'm like, did they just film this as a cut scene from one of the Fast and Furious franchise movies, and they just added it in here because
So,
they're running out of tape?
That's pretty much this B-roll.
the poster looked like Vin Diesel was the love child of Riddick and the Vin Diesel character from Fast and the Furious
This was the worst
with the
of all his
eyes
movies
and
as far as character and acting.
yeah,
I have to say this was one of the worst, if not the worst. The only
No,
thing I would give this a C and not an F is because I like the concept. The actual story itself was cool and unique, and some of the special effects look pretty good. Some, not all. So it carried.
Vin
Yeah.
Diesel is so typecast, man. Like it's probably virtually
yeah,
impossible for anyone to see him as
No.
anything other
There are
than what he
two
can.
kinds of Vin Diesel movies. There's the we're family, and then there's the I'm the only one. So you got like Riddick, and you've got the last witch, not the Witcher. What do you call him? What he was the last witch
the
slayer or
witch
something
hunter,
like that.
witch
Oh,
hunter.
Witch hunter.
Witch
Yeah,
Hunter. Some,
And then you got this one, and he's like the only guy who could do it. Like it's a throwback. And then it's all the Fast and Furious movies where we're family.
Without spoiling it too much, it seems like the writers try to combine those two archetypal types of Vin Diesel, and they failed
mm.
at trying to do either or. It was just a Vin Diesel greatest hits. It didn't really land.
I'm surprised he didn't come out and say I am Groot.
Oh,
Oh,
the thing no, at one point, I kid you not, his speech pattern was indecipherable. Like, what do you like? I looked at my wife who was watching with me. I was like, what did he just say last? Like, he was like, like what? But again, the good thing about this movie is his supporting cast. I thought was really dope. Almost everyone,
Hmm.
Guy Pearce, everyone down the line did really well in the little roles that they had. That's why I'm not giving it an F. That and
Right.
some of the special effects was very good to see on the large screen.
Eric went with you.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
I,
He
wa- I,
actually
wa-
gave it a B. Yeah,
I was
he
about
gave
to
it a
say,
B.
I wonder what he had to say about it. But yeah,
He
okay.
gave it a B. I think he was hyped with the special effects a little too much.
no, that
Little too
happens.
Fortnite-ish.
I want to see how much of that grade is a little bit of a grandpa get off my lawn effect.
Oh, alrighty. All right, let's move on.
But they did the same thing with the Triple X movie when he came back to do the third one, right? Instead of it wasn't all about him. All of a sudden, it was all about family, right? Did you
Oh,
guys see
that's
Yeah.
that
right. They turned
Triple
Triple
X?
X into family.
Yeah.
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 Uh,
Him and who was the other Triple X from Triple X 2?
Ice Cube.
Ice
Ice
Cube.
Cube,
Ice
Yeah.
Cube.
Ice Cube.
which I thought was
Mhm.
hilariously like.
Did you see the honest trailers for that one that came out recently? They hit it right on the
For
T
what?
as usual. For Triple X, the whole franchise. When they went to
Oh no,
Ice
I
Cube
gotta
Run
see that.
Part 2, Yeah, it was hilarious.
Well, speaking of the newer movies, we'll go over the box office chart for the weekend, and it's really bad. And
Mm.
we talk about. I don't know if it's the movies. Onward wasn't doing great before the big problem, but before COVID crisis, but nothing looks like it's doing really well, and it's getting worse. It's going to get worse because around here, I know they've basically closed all the theaters and everything.
Same.
You can't.
Yeah,
Same around here.
wow. I'm looking at it now because normally you guys I'll post it on the social
Mm-hmm,
media like Monday mornings, right?
mm-hmm.
I didn't even look at this today. Damn. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris, man. Whew.
So Onward gets the week with a $60 million total between the two. So it only had a $10 million week for a second weekend, which is down 73%. Now this movie was better than that. I don't think it was gonna light the place on fire, but I think this is definitely um, down from what would have been expected on a normal weekend. And then Bloodshot made 9 million for its first weekend. I Still Believe. Do you guys know what movie that is? I Still Believe. I'm looking it up right now.
What movie are you talking about?
I Still Believe came in third.
I still
I
believe.
Still Believe.
I know. I'm
I,
looking it up right
Yeah, I
now.
don't know what it is either. It's about a
Is
Christian
it?
music star. Say no more.
Oh, yep. That's yep. Yeah, but those things usually make some sort of bank. So,
yeah, when it's around the
uh,
right holiday, like Easter, maybe, but 2 weeks,
um,
couple weeks too early.
dude. Yeah, I was gonna say we're close to Easter. The Invisible Man, 6 million on its third weekend. 64 million total
Oh,
for
wait
its
a
first
minute.
weekend.
This I Still Believe movie is Steph Curry Productions. I knew yeah, Steph Curry, he's very religious,
Mm-hmm.
by the way, for those who don't follow him in the NBA. This was his
Mm-hmm.
company's first production movie.
And it came
Uh,
in third,
It could,
yeah. It
yeah. I mean,
it
but that
COVID
would
it it's
19.
but that would have
it
been
hits an
probably all the
audience.
money it made anyway. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, those hit a certain audience. They'll
Hmm.
go right,
Yeah,
and then
regardless.
finally the Hunt with $5 million on its first weekend, which was that movie that was supposed to be people hunting people, but the ads were too political, and it came out. Remember the first trailer
Shooting.
came out around the shootings,
Yeah.
Mm.
so they changed the ads. The new ads don't show the politics; they just show a basic thriller, horror, action movie. It's really hard to say what would have happened without the pandemic bit stuff, but eek, that's a rough weekend for the box office. Now, I can't believe Bad Boys is still in the top 10. 204 million domestic gross.
What?
Wait, say that again.
Yeah, Bad Boys for Life. In its ninth week, 204 million domestic gross.
Wow.
That's some
I gotta,
great numbers
I,
from it.
Hmm.
yeah, I gotta think a lot of that is word of mouth after like the
Mm-hmm.
first couple of weeks, and people
Mm.
were like, "Yo, it's actually pretty good. Go see it."
Yeah, I agree.
Sorry, I was looking up something. So let's talk about some of the movies that we know have been pushed off due to the
Coronavirus.
closings. Yeah, the virus, the closings. We'll start with Marvel. So Black Widow. So when is Black Widow supposed to be coming out? Do you guys know?
I thought it was May
May,
1st.
isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
May 1st, I believe. I'm not even sure if that one was pushed out.
I'm looking right now. I should have looked
Yeah.
it up
Yeah,
beforehand.
I'm pretty sure they canceled the premieres and stuff, but they may
Yeah, as
still
far as I
release it
know,
on
there's
time.
been at least 3 movies that were put. One that was supposed to be this weekend was Quiet Place 2.
Bond, wasn't it?
Quiet Place
Oh, right,
2,
right.
Bond, and the third one was Fast and Furious 9. Got pushed back a whole year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big one. I'm surprised how far they pushed that. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. 2020 movie releases. What's delayed? Okay, so Black Widow's May 1st. It doesn't look like it's been delayed. Was that pushed
Yeah.
like a week? Maybe? No.
Maybe it was in April, now
No,
they pushed
like
it
I
to
said,
May.
I think they had just canceled the premieres.
Okay, so May
For Black
1st.
Widow, yeah.
Scooby-Doo, the new Scooby-Doo animated movie, will now be coming out May 15th. So it looks like we've pushed a few back to May. Wonder Woman is still on time. I know that did not get pushed out. They started advertising.
They can't afford to be pushed because they're already pushed back to begin with now.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird. I'd heard it was going to get pushed to 2084. Never mind.
DC.
Okay, so No Time to Die, the Bond 25 is now coming out in November 25th. Tenet is coming out in July. So I think we've just had a couple of these things. Oh, here it is. Mulan got pushed all the way to be announced. What was the other one? I swear there was another Disney movie that got pushed. Yeah, it's just those that we specifically talked about. Mulan, James Bond, and I'm surprised they haven't pushed back Black Widow if everything's shutting down. Do you guys think they'll start moving more stuff?
I think they might. Yeah, I think Disney's just playing it too safe, but I think
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they're gonna be moving it back.
Yeah, because I mean they've already started releasing some stuff early. They're talking about pushing up. I think we have is Loki releasing early, or was that a Winter Soldier?
I think the Winter Soldier. I don't think the issue is with the streaming shows that are already produced. Like those were dropped.
Well, that's what I'm wondering if they're gonna push up stuff like that um, to satiate the need because they
Yeah.
did drop a couple of things early. Are they going to push up any of their Disney Plus shows?
If people are stuck home, it's going to be a battle for streaming content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
I've been really expecting to hear big, huge announcements, but I'm getting just like
Because
nothing.
this is a great pivot time. Like honestly, like this could be a very big win for streaming services this
yep.
year.
Well,
Coming up.
even
And
just
like,
pay-per-view.
well, that too. But like,
Yeah.
it's
It.
when people get comfortable with something. See, the whole thing is if this goes on for more than like if this goes on for weeks and weeks and weeks, you talk about even after the issue is cleared up, people will actually feel like that will be part of the new paradigm.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough to get people transition back into going to a movie theater as opposed to once you've like tasted the good stuff, like a
I'm, I,
drug.
I think people will go back to the theater or whatever, but I think like this is something that actually is going to be a bigger hit for like those streaming services, like for those people who were a little bit more active.
Yeah, I meant to say like the big blockbuster is always gonna get people's attention, but like you're not gonna get people in droves to go watch um a Marriage Story like when it first came out in a couple movie theaters before it was on Netflix. Like
Hmm.
those indie movies, they may actually get impacted in a small
Yeah,
screen.
yeah.
Right.
But then it makes them. Maybe it makes the whole. Maybe this is something that makes them investigate the whole like the whole movie the whole movie paradigm. Maybe there are more movies that are developed straight for the.
Direct to streaming. Yeah, yeah,
Well, I'm part of Disney's classic money making was they would make their main big budget movie, animated movie, and then they'd do direct to videotape sequels. So now you're starting to see. I think you're going to start to see direct to Disney Plus streaming sequels. Would be
Hmm.
my guess.
Yeah.
Well, and even like linking the television shows to the MCU is sort of in that same vein. I mean,
Hmm.
you know, what's the difference between Cinderella 2 and the Loki television show? To be honest, they're just continuations of their live action big blockbusters.
In fact,
Yeah.
I would say right now, brick and mortar movie theaters should be actually, they should be very concerned right now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not even talking about this Corona thing. But I think like they are on the wave of becoming tomorrow's blockbuster video.
Yeah, I mean, they just released a movie called Stargirl direct to their Disney Plus, and Timmy Failure. I don't know. They watched it in my house. They said it was all right. So they have released a couple of Disney Plus movies already.
There's going to be more. There is going to be more, and I feel like this is a like they're really poised. Those streaming services are really poised to actually like show why they are more beneficial or to this time period, and not just meaning this Corona time period, meaning that this overall time period. I think they're definitely going to do what Netflix did to your mom and pop movie theater. I mean, what Netflix did to your mom and pop
The
video
video
store.
store. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, it's slow happening, but it kind of depends on if you can get enough people. Because right now, I would wonder how much they make on Disney Plus versus, people going out and buying the individual movies. So I would assume they're making a cost benefit analysis where they're saying, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna probably cut in half the number of people that go out and buy Frozen 2. But
Well, right now you're gonna have for the next couple of weeks a true to life case study that's about to happen. You're gonna get that data in the next
Yep,
couple of weeks.
because
mhm.
You're
they're
gonna
forced.
see, yeah, because you're forced.
That's what I'm saying. People are going to be forced to be at home more because this whole situation forces it, but it's going to force them to become comfortable living a different way. And I'm not so sure that everybody's just going to bounce back after weeks and weeks and weeks of that.
Okay, I found the two movies I was thinking that I couldn't find before. So, New Mutants got delayed again,
Oh
Ooh.
God.
and
Mm.
A Quiet Place 2 got delayed. So those are two. I don't know if New Mutants is big. I was pretty interested in it. Um,
I was too.
I
and
was too. And mind you, New Mutants got delayed a year
mhm,
already because of the
Yeah.
Fox Disney purchase.
right.
So
Yep.
that they're already been delayed a year,
That movie is
and they're
sitting on a
supposed.
shelf, waiting, ready to go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what's interesting is there's no advertising. I think it would be better to stick that thing on Disney Plus.
yeah, or Hulu.
I mean, what do
Look,
you,
I feel like that whole movie. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna become more profitable because I feel like the idea behind something like Disney and making movies on Disney Plus, it's subscriptions that they're going after.
mhm.
So it's like if all the good movies now are coming out, like meaning like all the good theater level movies are coming out on these subscription services. Now with each big blockbuster movie, like a Lord of the Rings type movie comes out on Disney Plus. How much more memberships are you getting behind that? Like I feel like the model changes from like immediate box office numbers to more ongoing numbers, kind of looking at movies,
Well,
or looking at movie production.
well, a lot of these were going like they would hope that a single series like HBO with Game of Thrones, where people will keep their subscription because they're watching week to week. I think if Disney's going to do this, Disney has to basically every 4 weeks release a major movie is an
Hmm.
option versus every week releasing a series or something.
But they don't necessarily have to choose one or the other though. They can kind of do both.
Right. Well, yeah, that's true. So I was surprised that they released both Star Wars and Frozen at the same time,
At the
but
same time.
that I think that was just a hey, we're going to make a big news splash. We're going to remind everybody that we're here. And when your kids are home and you don't want to do another math sheet, you're going to turn on Disney Plus. And sometimes I forget how big of a company Disney is because I'm looking at the Disney 2020 release schedule, and oh my gosh.
Hmm.
So, Artemis Fowl, did you guys see? Have you ever read it? Do you have your kids read any of the books, or do you know about the character?
Not familiar.
So Artemis Fowl is a kind of a pre-teen level kids series about basically he's a villain. He's supposed to be a villain. So they're releasing that. They've
But
got
he's the star.
he's the star. So now you've got Jungle Cruise coming out. You're advertising Soul. I apparently Free Guy is a Disney movie.
Free Guy?
Free Guy, the one with Deadpool. What's his name? What's his name?
Ryan
Free
Reynolds?
Guy.
Ryan Reynolds. The one about the video game.
Oh, the video game thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
What
apparently
about it?
I didn't realize that was a Disney production.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't know that either.
Yeah, Death on the Nile's coming. I mean, they have so many movies. This is crazy.
Because Disney is realizing what this next phase that we're going into, and they're gonna need tons and tons and tons of content. That's the one thing people don't realize about these subscription services. Like, they have to continue to make these productions. Like, they'll spend half a year making a season of Game of Thrones, and then we'll go through it in one day. You understand? Like, that's, I mean, but that's like, so this ongoing need for content, new content,
Right.
it's bigger than ever before.
Well,
That's why I feel like the movie thing might be like something that's going to grow a little bit more obsolete.
Well, I would think it's easier to make a single 2-hour movie than it is to make a 12 hours of television show.
Oh, indeed. Well, depending on the movie, but like, indeed. But this is why I feel like even movies going to that platform, what you just keyed into is exactly what I'm talking about. It's a lot easier to make a 2-hour movie.
Mm-hmm.
So then Disney's now should invest more in making what's easier to make and delivering it on their platform.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I think they're probably the company best set up to take advantage. I know they've had to shut down their parks, which is huge money makers, which is going to kill them. Not kill them financially, but it's going to hurt. But I think long term they're going to be fine. They're the size, number one, their size. You know, the bigger the company, the easier they can kind of deal. But with the release of Disney Plus, this past winter, they actually have a revenue stream to take advantage of this time.
We shall see.
Yeah, I'd be interested in their numbers, their subscription numbers after this. If they went up a lot, or if people already had it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
One of the things we wanted to do was we wanted to talk about some popular movie viruses. I know it seems a little sick, but
A little savage, morbid.
a little bit. Let's talk about. Did you guys ever see World War Z?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
How did I know you were going to bring that up?
Yeah, maybe we should just rate these as fun watches. You know, whether we would suggest watching it or not suggest watching it, right? So if I said World War Z, would you give it a watch or a runaway?
What? A watch.
Yeah.
Runaway.
I
That's
think
probably one of the
I'll
better. That's one of the better depictions of a more realistic zombie apocalypse.
right.
Yeah.
I'll watch it.
All right. Resident Evil series.
Mm.
It depends which ones.
No.
That's exactly it.
There's like 7 of those bad boys.
We'll start with the first one. I think the first one is a good watch.
You like the
No,
first
only
one?
the first 2 or 3 are probably the only ones that I will buy.
Yeah.
Yeah. After,
Then I'd
After
slowly
that, they
start
just got
watching it from a
silly.
distance, and I'd be watching while walking away.
Watch it while reading the news.
Then I'll be watching something else.
excuse me while I disappear into this hedge.
All right.
So those last ones, man.
Yeah, they
We're
were
not
just
even the same franchise.
They were just a reason to have Mila Jovovich in a leather
Yeah.
outfit with big guns. All right. 28 days and 28 weeks later.
Definitely watch for me.
Definitely
It's a
watch.
definite watch.
Sorry,
Definite
you're
watch.
breaking up, James.
A definite watch for me.
Yeah? Are they more horror movie or are they more action thriller? What? I haven't seen them.
I haven't seen them either.
They're thrillery. They're thrillery. I wouldn't so much say horror, but if you had to choose which one it was closest to, I'd say closer to horror than to like than to action. If I had to describe it as a movie,
All right.
but decent watch.
All right. So we'll move on. I Am Legend.
Watch.
That's a definite
I'll,
watch.
I'll watch it if it's on. I won't actively search for it, but if it's on TV, I'll watch
Really?
Yeah, it's on TNT like almost every other week.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it lives on TNT.
All right. Let's see. Outbreak. Do you guys remember Outbreak 1995?
Yeah, the original granddaddy of these. Virus.
Mhm.
Virus porn.
Virus porn.
And it was, yeah, that was good. I mean, I haven't seen it since it came out, but
Yeah, Dustin Hoffman,
I thought it
man.
was good.
Dustin Hoffman's always good.
hmm
I think it's
Yeah, I think I might have to fire that up tonight.
Okay. Do you guys remember the Andromeda Strain? Now, this is an older movie based on a great book. I read the book, actually.
Yeah, I think that one is closer to the movie Outbreak than 28 Days Later.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Pure viral, but I think if I remember correctly, it had to do with not terrestrial.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
I think I read it in 9th grade, so I don't remember. I sort of remember the ending more than anything else.
Yeah, I think it's more like it's not an alien movie, but
No.
the virus was not from Earth.
You're right. Yeah, something
But,
like that.
but everything else was like the same as Outbreak.
Yeah, it's more about how they're dealing with the pandemic. It's not action based or anything like that. Here's one. Pandemic.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, sorry.
That movie made me think every time that one of our space shuttle missions come back to Earth, I'm always thinking like, how do they know they're not bringing anything back like Andromeda Strain?
Hey, what was that movie that came out? It's only a couple years ago, and it was almost like everybody thought it was a low key Venom movie, where they went up in space and they found a black glob that started taking over the spaceship. Do you guys remember that?
Oh yes, I didn't see it, but I remember the trailer. It was like last year or 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was really it was before the actual Venom movie, but we could throw Venom in there. Venom is sort of a low key outbreak movie.
I'll allow it, but that movie was trash anyway.
I liked it better than Rambo, the last Rambo movie.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay.
Please, I was like, please specify. Okay, cool. I'll allow that too.
All right, there's one called.
What?
I don't even remember this one, called Pandemic 2016.
Never heard of it.
I never heard of it.
It's only got a 4 out of 10 on IMDb. Basically, it looks like an actiony zombie version. All right, one you will know: 12 Monkeys.
Ooh, must
Great.
see. Must watch. That's a must watch.
Watch and rewatch.
That's one of the best movies. Best.
Yeah, that's a rewatcher.
Yeah.
I think that put
Yeah, I was telling you guys the other day because it was on TV and I was watching it. And just watching Brad Pitt's performance in that was fantastic.
Yeah, that was one of his best performances.
Yeah.
I know he's pretty, but Brad Pitt is low key a really great actor.
Yeah, the facial expressions he made as the crazy dude in that movie. The way he had his eyes going in different directions when he was talking to people.
Yo, the dude is actually like, it's surprising because you'll look at him and be like, oh, he's pretty. That's why he's acting.
Right.
He's a good actor.
No, he's fantastic. Legends of the Fall.
Yeah, that may have got him in the door, but he's got some talent to
Because
keep going.
wasn't he the cowboy or he was the guy in what was the two women who turned into outlaws then drove off the cliff?
Oh yeah, Thelma and Louise.
Thelma and
Yep, he was
Louise.
in that.
Yeah,
Yep.
he was.
Yeah, that's where you got to start.
Yeah,
Yep.
he was just the pretty boy in that, and then.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 2008 Quarantine.
I don't think I've ever seen that one.
So
I know of it.
Yeah, me neither.
So
I've
Jennifer.
heard of it, but
So starring Jennifer Carpenter. I don't know her. Reporter Angela and her cameraman are doing a story on a night shift firefighters for a reality TV show. A late night distress call takes them to Los Angeles apartment building where the police are investigating report of horrific screams. The TV team and emergency workers find an old woman who suddenly attacks with teeth bared. What's more, Angela and company find the building has been sealed by the CDC. So basically a small room pandemic kind of, or yeah. So yeah, don't watch if you have problems with small spaces, maybe don't watch some of those movies. Ah, stupid phone. All right. Ooh, I don't know. 2015 starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, Maggie. Did you guys see this at all?
Yeah, not at all. I haven't even heard of that.
This is a
Yeah, I saw that,
it's a
but I
zombie
barely remember
movie.
it. It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't that great. It's. Oh God, what happened? There was something like his daughter or something.
It just says
Was turning.
he's a small town farmer and his
Mhm.
daughter turns into a zombie.
Yeah.
I'll have to actually check that out. You just gotta watch because it's Arnold.
You check it out and give us a us a review.
All right, I'll have to do that. I'll have to do that.
Yeah, I saw it when it came to Blu-ray, but
It's
yeah, it
so
wasn't
good
that
you don't
great,
remember it.
yeah, yeah,
All right, Planet of
definitely wasn't.
Planet of the Apes, guys, the new ones.
I mean, I understand why people keep putting these in the Contagion zombie type movies, but I don't agree. This one really is one of those.
Yeah, same.
All right,
Because it wasn't a Contagion.
right. Okay, I haven't seen them. I should actually watch those. That's really
Technically, it was Serum.
yeah. No,
You haven't watched them?
I don't know. It's
Those are definitely like good. Like I would have assumed you saw those movies. They're good movies.
I generally don't like talking animals.
You got a phobia?
Well, normally, like your kids will watch talking.
He had a bad experience.
You had a bad experience.
Well, like think of what's the Shaggy Dog and all those family movies is normally yeah. And then just like Planet of the Apes just reminds me of like a really weird version of like a 90s Disney talking dog movie. I don't know.
Not at all, my friend.
Yeah, good. I have to put you in the category with James not liking Harry Potter. Like,
I'll try him out. I'll try.
It's almost criminally insane. Like, what are you talking about? Like, so you didn't like Scooby Doo? Like, what's going on?
No, that's animated. Animated has different rules, guy.
Oh, I got you. My fault.
I have not watched the live action Scooby Doo though. I have not.
I would.
Did you watch Lion King? You watched The Lion King, right?
Lion King was terrible live action.
I agree. But you watched it.
I did watch it. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. All right.
Actually, I thought the live action Scooby Doo was pretty funny.
That's what I heard. I heard people kind of dug it in a way,
Yeah.
but I don't think it was meant.
It was funny. It wasn't like you don't take it seriously, right? It's just comedy.
I don't know. Did it come off as ironic more than funny?
No, just like straight comedy, really. It's a lot of jokes in it, you know.
Hey, Chris, did you list? Is Cabin Fever in your list?
I have not gone through it yet, but sure, why not?
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure that was on your list. That was one of my favorite ones.
Yeah.
That was a true horror movie by Eli Roth.
Mm-hmm.
They mixed the old stereotypical, kids, the jock, the nerd, all that stuff, but this time it's like an ancient virus that infects them and gets them to start killing each other.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, did we say Contagion? Because I hear people talking.
No, we didn't say. No, we did not say Contagion.
Because
No,
I'm hearing.
I just saw that
I've had a
2
bunch of
days
people
ago.
on my timeline talk about Contagion. I haven't seen it, but people were talking about Contagion. like
So
now they
Netflix
do.
has been pushing
Because
it,
I think
right?
because that one didn't have a happy ending, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, like no, 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 and they're saying like it's very
No, it
similar.
did.
It's really similar to this whole to what's going on now.
Mm.
It did have a happy ending.
It did. We found the cure.
Yeah, yeah. They created a vaccine. Look, basically, if you haven't seen it, it kind of plays out exactly the way that things are going right now, which
This
is
is what people
it's
were telling
eerie.
me. People were
Yeah.
telling me like it's
It's the
So
eerily.
one where Gwyneth Paltrow
definitely check
dies
it
in the
out.
beginning, right? Gwyneth
Yeah.
Paltrow dies in the
Yep.
beginning. Yeah.
Yep. She's patient zero though.
Spoiler alert.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks.
But I mean, you figure it out. Like she's the first one to die, right? So you figure she's the. You just don't know where she got it from, and they don't reveal that till the end.
Mm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Have you guys ever seen The Omega Man, 1971, Charleston Heston?
The one, Charlton Heston. I have. Yeah. Funky movie, but yeah, I've
That's
seen it.
that's but that's I Am Legend. That's all that is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They just renamed it. Yeah, I know.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Robert Neville.
Oh.
Yeah, same Robert
Mhm.
Neville.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna put Monsters Inc. on this list for anybody with little kids. 2319.
Yeah.
2319.
What? Why?
Anybody with little kids, if you want a contagion movie
Okay.
for kids, Monsters Inc.
That's a Contagion
Well,
movie.
Think about it. They
that's
think
what I'm asking.
they think the humans are contagious. That's the whole point of the
Mm,
2319.
Yeah, so my daughter was
okay.
screaming at me today. Yes, when I came back from the gym.
Oh, gotcha. Right. Yeah.
I didn't get it
I
at
remember
first either.
So yeah,
that.
it just gives you a little more variety. Yeah, I think those are the big ones. There's 100 million zombie movies, but I don't think they're all contagion movies. That's the hard part. They list a lot of zombie movies as contagions. So I don't know. Is there anything you guys want to suggest that people take this week to watch? What have you guys been watching, actually?
I'm stuck on Altered Urban season
Yeah.
2. I haven't powered through it yet for a bunch of reasons, but looks like this week I'll have some time. So I might be able to finish that and Harley Quinn and DCCW.
How far are you on Harley Quinn?
I'm on episode 4,
Oh my gosh, jeez.
That's
5,
it.
4. Yeah, I'm
Damn,
behind.
man.
I know, guys.
Wait, is Harley Quinn animated?
Yeah,
Yes.
we're talking about the new animated series.
Yeah, it's rated R, Keith. It's not a kids animated.
Keith, what have you been watching?
I don't watch cartoons for porn or anything like that. It's
I didn't say NC-17.
It's rated R, so you should enjoy it.
Right up your alley. I know you like those heavy cuss words. The C word gets dropped a lot.
I can enjoy my cartoons cuss free.
What have you been watching, Keith? Anything good?
Well, Altered Carbon. Actually, it took so long for this next season that I kind of I was hazy about really what had went on. So I went and dived back and did the first season over, and now I'm into the next season. Pretty good. I like it. I don't really like that they changed the guy, but
Yeah,
like
I'm not an Anthony Mack fan. Let's be honest. I didn't like him in the Avengers in any of the MCU movies. I haven't liked him since that first movie with Kerry Washington back in the late 90s.
Wasn't he in Black Mirror recently?
Yeah, he was.
yeah, he was.
And again, I didn't like him.
That episode needs to be erased from.
He has the longest streak of actors that don't like any of his performances. Like, he's got the record right now.
What's
Consecutive
issue?
home
I don't have a
losses.
problem with it. Yeah, but what's your issue? I don't have an issue.
He's a
with it.
terrible actor. His physicality on screen leads a lot to be believed.
Physicality on screen. What do you mean?
You think he's
Like
kinda
the way
boring?
perfect example is Altered Carbon. You watch him those fight scenes and you could see the choreography. You could see the 1 and 2 and sidestepping. Like he doesn't try to cover it up like other actors would. you just see how robotic he is, and like you go back and watch him in the damn Marvel movies. This dude's
Right.
just not. He's just not it. And in some of the dramatic roles I've seen him before, his face just screams to me like I don't believe you,
I think you may be having a little bit of this anti-Mackie bias.
dude. He's got a whole catalog that I can go. He's
I
got a
don't think he's
catalog that I can.
an actor. I don't like him myself. I'm not even saying I disagree with you. But I don't think it's because I don't personally think he's like, oh, he's a horrible actor. It's just something about him I don't like. Like his head is too small or something like that. Like
Pain and Gain. Hold on, Pain and Gain. When he had beefed up for that role, he was like the least most believable person in that whole lineup.
it's just something about him physically that I don't know.
Yeah,
That
like
I don't.
he doesn't go like, for example,
And I'm not even
Deion
talking about
Smith.
how he moves or anything like that. Like he just like if he stood still, like I look at him and like his face looks funny to me. His head looks small. Like it's just stuff about his physical appearance. I don't know why it just irritates me.
I look at him and I'm like, dude.
I don't think he's a horrible actor. I don't think he's a bad actor.
So
Actually,
you guys
honestly.
like the Joel Kinnaman more than Anthony Mackie?
Heck yeah. I like Joe Kinnaman since he did that
and I
that
really don't
TV
even
show
like him.
on AMC.
And I really don't even like him. I actually felt like he was a little bit robotic. I didn't like his role as what you call it, but I just got used to it.
Nah,
I just
we'll have a debate for another time. I disagree with you on that one. He was great. His role was great.
I mean, while we could discuss the whole Anthony Mackie joint, but like we get to him and it's like we can debate another
Oh
time.
man, he was
So
RoboCop.
you could tell.
I wasn't even done with Anthony Mackie. I wasn't even done with Anthony Mackie. I'm just saying.
Exactly. So then, how does this just get one bar?
Wait, did you guys like the new RoboCop movie?
Nah, but that wasn't Joe Kinnaman's fault. That was just a trash movie. Period.
Yeah, the
wasn't
movie
terrible.
was trash. I couldn't blame him for that.
No,
Like,
I
it
didn't
was
think it was
Yeah.
terrible.
It wasn't a terrible movie, but
It could
like
have been
RoboCop wasn't a good movie.
could have been so much better.
Like, what we got,
Yeah.
like RoboCop, the original wasn't a good movie. Like, so it's kind of like I dig it. I kind of look at those things as more like nostalgia pieces. Again, more
They're
content
cult
that didn't
movies.
really needed to be created, and they could have spent the time creating something new. But
Time out,
whatever.
time out. The first one was a good movie. I mean, when I say good, I mean action movie. It was a good action movie, the first one. Then from 2 on, it became a little ridiculous, and it wasn't even good action.
Yeah, no, Verhoeven, he makes like good original movies, and then I think other people take them and really, because
RoboCop
he's
was
the guy
a
that did.
great. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. My apologies.
No, I was just gonna say like Verhoeven does. He did RoboCop, he did Starship Troopers, those kind of movies, right?
Yeah, they have something to say.
And then people,
Yeah.
yeah, and then people take them, and then I don't know what they do with these sequels, but they get
just
all
rip the action out. They think it's an action.
Yeah.
They don't see
Yeah.
anything
Yeah.
else.
No message, no what you call it. Yeah, no, I dig it.
right.
So I watched the first episode of Altered Carbon. It's pretty cool. I just have so many other things on the list. I'll have to get into it. Mike, what are you watching? What are you watching?
Oh wait, I wasn't finished.
So right
Oh,
now
you weren't
I'm
finished. Hold
just
on.
catching.
Keith,
Oh,
were you not finished?
Grace and Frankie as well.
Grace and Frankie. What's Grace and Frankie?
What?
oh wow,
What is that?
it's a
Exactly.
Netflix show.
It's a It's a Netflix show. I don't even. I mean, I'm watching it on Netflix, but I don't know if it's a Netflix show.
Isn't it Lily Tomlin in that?
Yeah, dude. When I say I love those two women and like the writing in that show, and it.
Mm-hmm.
I initially started out watching it. It's like one of the feel
Oh
good.
wow. Damn, Keith.
Jane
Word.
Fonda and
Yeah.
Lily Tomlin.
Yo,
Those listening.
Word. Totally not my speed. Totally not like. Just started watching it because because the girlfriend was interested in it. We saw it like it's one of the ones that popped up on Netflix. So like it plays it plays automatically the little preview or whatever, and it looked kind of funny in like a Golden Girls kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
And if you say you don't love Golden Girls, you're lying.
Everybody loves
So,
Golden
like,
Girls. Come on.
everybody loves Golden Girls.
Everybody
Like,
loves
it was like
I love Golden Girls.
so it was like a little witty clip. So we were like, okay, let's watch it. Like 3 episodes in, stuff. Like like they have such a beautiful rapport. It's funny. It's a show like literally like it's it can actually help because it's like two old women. The story is like they become friends or whatever. They weren't in the beginning, but their husbands were business partners, lawyers. Okay, they finally tell they're like 75, 80 years old. Like so, like they've been married to their spouses for uh, 40 years. 40 years, yo. Like these cats like live their whole life together. Their husbands finally come to them and tell them that they're gay, that they want to get that they're getting together, and they're divorcing them.
Ooh, ooh, spicy.
Dude, it's spicy, but it's there's more of a comedic angle to it. So now like these women are now like they're single. They're how do you kind of negotiate the rest of your life now? Like you're like 80 years old. Like they become like best friends throughout this. Like one is quirky, the other one is kind of like more of like a uptighty Stepford wife kind of. But like they become like best friends, and then they're navigating all of these. They're navigating all of these like life obstacle things together, and the show is funny and it's relatable. It's one of those things you could sit a 5 year old, you could sit a 5 year old or an 80 year old in front of the TV watching that, and it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. It'll be entertaining. It's like I love it.
So apparently, my wife said, Keith, I text her about this just to get a. She goes, I love Grace and Frankie. They're hilarious. How have you never seen me watch it? I tried to get you to watch it. You wasn't having it.
God, totally caught me. Hey, it's always ladies leaders to those kinds of things, but definitely it's like I'm more of a fan of it now than she is. Literally, it's playing in the background right now.
I think I might have walked past the screen and not realized what she was watching.
That's what she's watching right now.
Look like an infomercial for fiber.
Dude, in the same way you as a young guy, as a youngster liked Golden Girls, it's the same exact like it'll hit you just like that. They're literally a modern day Golden Girls, and it's like it actually makes me feel better about aging in an odd way, kind of.
Chris, before you go to your picks, there's one thing I did forget that Keith actually had recommended me. Keith and my sister actually was the War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds.
The European version that's out on Epix.
Mm-hmm.
Dude.
Yeah.
I hope everybody is watching that. Like that's probably one of the best takes I've seen in a while.
But there were two versions released last year. One is a modern day version, and the other one is a World War I version.
Yeah, I'm talking about the modern day version that's set in both France and England.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So just FYI, the World War I version is only 3 episodes, and the Epix one, I believe, is 8 episodes. So if you're looking it up, you can tell by the count.
Gotcha.
Dude,
well, I love the Epix one, and I just want to say thanks again, Keith, for that record.
Dude,
so Jim, I actually
it needs to make it into a discussion though, but maybe not.
Yeah, so I mean, we're still halfway through the season. We're halfway through the season.
Mm-hmm. So I saw the first 2 episodes, and it didn't seem that great to me yet. Is it get better?
It's a slow start, but the story is steady.
Yeah,
like it's a. I'd say those first 2 episodes, I started really liking it towards like middle to end of the second episode. That's really when when I was locked into it.
Yeah.
But like it's a nice, steady, slow build, but the story, you could see the story playing out. Okay. Even when he killed the ex-wife's husband, like you know what I'm saying? When they came up on the body, I'm like, what's he gonna say?
When dude opens the door, she's like, "Why'd you do that?" He's the dog gets hungry. You know, like otherwise he'd be eating your dead boyfriend.
Oh. Let's not give out spoilers.
All right,
if we're not doing a spoiler.
I'm gonna put it back on my
list. Yeah, no spoilers. No spoilers. There is something that I'm noticing. No spoiler, but this is a general comment in terms of like a lot of the content that I'm viewing more like these few years recently, I think I'm seeing a lot more of the actual like, you know what I'm saying, seeing kids die in,
Mm.
and I feel like that's something. I feel like that's a shark that was jumped. Like that's a corner that was turned in like one of those things, like those filmmaking, whatever things. You didn't see those back in the day.
Yeah, what you're
It'll
willing
be
to show you.
implied. You'll see the body after, or like you'll see the feet or something like that. Like it was a no-no to really show kids getting killed. I just thought that like that's an interesting thing that I'm seeing more so now.
So it just so I'm gonna put that one back on my list. And I saw the first, I think, 2 episodes of that World War I version, or like an episode and a half, and that one's actually not that bad either. Like it's definitely so, but this one is more in your face with the alien invasion. Like they just right away they're there and they're trying to take over the world, right? And it's World War I, so they don't have the tech to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they have to kind of be smarter, you know, to defeat the aliens. But that one wasn't bad either. So if you want to check that one out, I think it is available to us.
You're breaking up,
That's all I'll
Mike.
say. Yeah, I was just saying, yeah. So that one, you should check it out because it is only 3 episodes of that one. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a quick, you know, the aliens come, we spend the next episode trying to figure out how to beat them, and then the third episode is we kick their ass, and you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn, Mike. Go ahead. What are you watching?
Okay. Yeah, so right now I'm just catching up on the current season's Homeland and Better Call Saul.
You still watch that show, Homeland?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna finish the series. I'm invested. I might as well, right? So yeah, I'm gonna watch. It's actually this season has been pretty good, to tell you the truth. Last season I wasn't too impressed. The last couple seasons, but this one has actually picked up the pace nicely.
I gave up. I gave up on Homeland.
Yeah,
Season 2, I was done
but
with.
Better Call Saul has been pretty good too.
Yeah, I heard.
And
Our mutual friend Jai swears by that show still.
What show?
which one, Saul?
Better Call Saul, yeah.
I
Oh,
haven't
Saul
gotten
is
into
great,
it yet, but I want to. I haven't gotten into it yet.
man. If
No,
you like
you
Breaking
have all
Bad,
week.
you'll love
You have all
Saul.
week, Keith.
True story.
And going to be added to my list is I've been meaning to watch is the Pacino show, Hunters, the new Amazon show.
Oh, yes, same. You reminded me.
I don't know if any of you have watched any of that yet.
No, not yet.
Hunter.
So
Add it.
I put on, so I had put it on. It was real late, I think Friday or Saturday night, and I was like, oh, let me start checking this out. But I fell asleep because I was so tired. But I saw like the first 10 minutes,
Mhm.
and so far pretty good. Just in the last 10 minutes.
Oh, cool.
Mm.
So I think that one is gonna be
That's on
binge
Netflix.
maybe for Amazon.
All right. Is that what you got?
Yeah, other than that, just catching up with whatever's being released on, Blu-ray. Like I watched Rise of Skywalker again the other day.
Yeah, I can't believe you tortured yourself again, Mike.
Actually, you know what? I was more impressed with the special features than the movie.
Right.
They had a great documentary on John Williams,
Uh-huh.
and if you get the special features, check out some of those. Those are really good.
All right. I've got actually a big list, and that's not even including most of the family stuff I watch. We're finishing off Emergence, the ABC show over on Hulu.
I saw that. Dope.
Oh, man, you're last man standing.
Oh.
Wait, Keith, you saw it too?
No,
Yep.
no, I paused that. Man.
Oh
I'm,
no,
like,
this got
on
better.
episode 4 of
It
that.
got more interesting the farther it went. So
Yeah, I like it. I definitely like it.
So we haven't finished.
Yeah,
we've
I like
got
it too. I just
2
I
episodes
put it on
left.
hold for a bit.
Yeah, no, it got better and more interesting. Again, it doesn't focus on the girl most of the time. It's definitely focus is on the police,
Mother.
the mother slash police officer there.
Fargo lady?
Yeah, the Fargo lady. So, and it's definitely more mystery thriller oriented than action.
What about my doppelganger, Donald Faison? Is he still?
He's still there. He gets very very minimal play. He just gets to
as
come
he
in
should.
as the ex-husband and be helpful.
Gotcha.
Not an idiot. That's good. It's good.
Yeah, he was played like one in the beginning, so
Yeah, no, they don't
turn me
they
on.
don't let any character sit in that space too long. Where you're like, come on, everybody would know that or notice that. So no, it's still good. I like it. I think it's gotten better. But when we watch stuff as a family, you gotta decide who's home and who's watching what.
Mm.
All right, Picard. I watched episode 8 of Picard yesterday.
Yes.
Oh,
Jesus,
that was the
Oh, so
best
good.
of the
So damn
episodes so
good.
far. It was
I'm
so
only
good.
I'm
Oh,
only in
man.
episode 4. I just finished 4.
Oh no, man, you gotta
Oh, you gotta catch up.
that's I can't even say it. I
And
want to
Chris,
say something, but I can't. It's so good.
no, but Chris, how good does Jerry Ryan still look?
Well, her character, what they're doing with it was so
Oh,
interesting
great.
in episode 8. All right.
Yes.
All right. We're going to move on. We finally finished Lock and Key. You guys all finished Lock and
Oh,
Key
I'm
before
like
me.
Yeah,
halfway.
I did. Yeah.
We liked it. We thought it was fun. Like you guys said, it's not like
So worth finishing.
yeah, it was definitely worth finishing.
Definitely worth
Okay.
it. But what did you like? But what did you think of those performances, though?
It wasn't like top notch, but I think the lady who plays the bad guy is the best performance.
Oh, hands down.
Yes.
She seemed like, yeah, she was definitely the best of them.
The kids,
But their like lack of surprise really with anything that they were just encountering just annoyed me.
I can see that. A lot of them they were like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god, there's a magic box that
No.
controls people. Should I do
I feel
anything?"
like
Oh no, it's of course it
the
is.
mom had the only reasonable response. Like when they did the mind thing to her and
Oh, yeah.
she steps outside of, she starts screaming and whatnot. Like, yeah, like, okay, now that's believable.
Yeah, the teenage son just like walks into the mayor room, saves his mother.
Dude, he is the worst. His character is the worst.
He's got no
The worst.
range. No range.
He's got the dumb look in his face every single scene. He plays it dumb. Like it's just like, oh my god, he's the worst.
Well, and they're
The little kid is better than him.
Well, they're constantly like, don't.
And I really didn't like the little kid, but he was better than him.
Well, they're constantly telling the little kid not to run away, and then he runs away, and they're like, "Oh, what shall I do?" The 8-year-old is running off on his own while there's a killer out. Like, come on. But no, the storyline and the magic and the world itself is interesting.
Yes, all of that is what kept me in it.
Same.
I am catching up on Lucifer. I'm very behind. I'm probably on season 4, but it's good as always. It's interesting.
I have never seen a full episode of that.
You never seen Lucifer?
Nah, it's good. I just haven't had time to watch
Yeah, it's
when they left Fox to what are they now?
they're on
Hulu?
no, they're on Netflix.
They're on Netflix now.
Yeah.
Oh, Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were on ABC.
Haven't-
They started on ABC, and the reason I stopped was, or I wasn't interesting. It just seemed like they wanted a replacement for Castle.
Well,
Another
definitely
detective show.
it's definitely
Well, in America, it was in Fox. Fox was
yeah.
in the States.
No, it started on ABC.
Lucifer? No,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
it was a Fox show in America.
All right. Anyway,
I'll take
that's
your word
not
for
the
it.
interesting conversation. So anyway, it is
Yeah.
it is the show I can put on and not pay 100% attention because it is kind of a detective show, but there is a
Yeah.
secondary storyline that's more interesting. So we like detective shows, but also there's a secondary, because he's Lucifer and he's dealing with his brother and the rest of his family and that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's got a second layer that makes it more interesting than just any other detective show. But if you like detective shows, it really is just a
Yeah, I like how the fact they tied in his character in the DC crossover before he transitioned to Netflix.
Yeah.
yeah, and he's an interesting actor. He plays a
He is plays it well.
all right.
That tall, dark, debonair demon dude.
And he also has a little bit of he has the ability to range when they want him to break out of that dark debonair dude, right? He can move himself out of that. All right. And then 2 animes. My Hero Academia. We're getting in the last season here, season 5, right? Or season 4? I should have looked it up.
Season 4.
Yeah,
Four.
yeah. The end of the last season was great. We're in the we're right now. We're just kind of powering through the small character based episodes that anime likes to do. The kind of filler, but it's still good. It's still a good show. Definitely suggest watching it. And Boruto. Anybody who was ever a Naruto fan, Boruto is the sequel about the kid, their children, and it's not as good of a show, but if you're invested in the characters, then yeah, watch it. That's also on like season 3. They don't really have seasons as much. It's more like episode like 75 or something, whatever. So anyway, that's my list. Anything else anybody want to suggest for people listening? No. Wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands. Social distancing. Wash
your body. Wash everything.
That's right. Guys, shave.
Get a haircut.
Get a haircut. Get a haircut. Get a new job.
Flush the toilet after you use it.
Say please and thank you.
Yeah.
Goes a long way.
It does. Does. Be nice to your waiters and waitresses.
Don't be a douchebag.
All right, stay safe out there, everybody. Try not to huddle too much.
Well, you don't have to worry about it. They've canceled all the sports.
It's time for a no huddle offense, guys. Come on.
And don't pay attention to the stock market. Just let it be.
Let it be.
Let that thing just follow that wave all the way down. We got to find the bottom before it'll come back up. All right. Good night, guys.
All right.
Cheers.
Thanks.